seems to be a very important level, guys. It's very interesting to me, y'all, because last week we were talking about 68K, and I just don't think it got enough attention. I don't think it got a lot of attention like I thought it would. So here, y'all, this orange level right here, this is 68. This is 67.9 and 68.3. So, I mean, let's just call it 68. That's what it is. It's not so much about the exact price of these levels here. It's more just about a general zone and how price reacts and how price plays out and reacts to that zone. So let's go back to the daily, because it was interesting, guys, because last week, maybe even 2 weeks ago now, I mean, time flies. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, whatever. October 18th, then 20th, 21st, yeah, we were pretty much above 68K. Now, who cares about 68K, right? Well, I'll tell you. Y'all, right here, let's get this off. Let's get these guys off. Y'all, for months, I would say all the way, I mean, close, no, 67, but I mean, 68 really, back in May, became a level. Because Bitcoin had gone to 73, it had broken down. When it came back up to try to get back to 73, it really couldn't get past 71, 71.5. And then it would break down to these levels, 61, 57. For whatever reason, after some of this consolidation here, after that big move, 68K became this level back in May. Let's look at how the price reacted, right here, bam, bam, that's resisting here in late July, mid to late July. Keep going, bam, all of a sudden in mid-October, we're resisting on it. Then we get above it, couldn't hold it, get above it, couldn't hold it. Guys, then it seemed like last week that we got firmly above it, okay? Right before Halloween, then on Halloween we kind of dumped. So let's go to the 3-day. What's that look like? What does it look like on the week? So guys, on the week, this whole area here, which had been important since May, in my opinion, really got rejected in July. We had come back to it, y'all. We had got above it, and this wick here is ugly. To me, it's ugly. People interpret that candle body and candle wick differently, because the bullish way to say, the bulls will say price got up there, so it's going to go back there. I mean, they very well may be right, and they probably are right. But a realistic, you don't even have to be a bear. A realist would say price got up intra-session, intra-week, and the bulls couldn't hold it. And it got pushed back down to these levels that Bitcoin had more or less been respecting. I mean, since March on the weekly, since May, and then really, the last time it was there was in July, and it really rejected hard off of this level, which the level, see how the price kind of consolidated? It was like this kind of just became, it's almost like the shoulder level of some kind of weird inverted head and shoulders, but you can't really count that at the top of after a big climb. I mean, I don't know, guys. Monthly is telling us we're going to slow down. Like even after this big monthly red candle here back in April, I mean, we went down, we consolidated, but in a downward. Now we're coming up, and we'll probably consolidate again towards the center of this. Guys, 65K. If and when Bitcoin drops to 65K, you got to be a buyer. I don't want to say when, because no one knows for sure. But if Bitcoin drops to 65K, you just got to buy it. That's that's pretty much this level. That to me, this is all depends on where you put it. That's 64.4 to 64.7. Like I said, these horizontal zones are not about specific price levels. I just want to highlight areas where price is reacting, and where price is coming back to, and where price has a tendency to use said zone as support and resistance, and it has flipped it, and it's been like an important level for a while. So I marked these levels have been important for a while. And guys, I hate to say it at the end of the day. That's what I hate to say, that expression. I hate to say it at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, if you know, I don't know what I was about to say, but this is a rectangle. Maybe I do, but I just didn't want to say it. Guys, we're in a rectangle. Okay, so that's a continuation pattern. This is a long rectangle. It's pretty wild. I mean, guys, we've essentially been in this rectangle. Let's go and pull it back some. Since February, y'all. That's 9 months. I mean, so crypto, you gotta be patient. You gotta be very patient. 9 months, and I don't see us breaking out until, at the very earliest, I would say mid-December. A breakout, a substantial breakout of this 73, of this 71.5 to 73 level, a substantial breakout above it that then has to go back and retest it. So it's going to look something like this. So until I see something like this, guys, I'm just not going to really be convinced. I'm just really not. But that's not a copyright. That's a local brewery. Can't tell if you saw it, whatever. It's delicious. I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, sideways. So, yeah. And so, yeah. So, I'm not really going to be bullish. So if I think my rectangle is going to last until mid-December. At that point, it will have been pretty much a 10-month, full-blown 10-month sideways continuation rectangle. I want to see something like this, guys. Let's bring that back. That was too extreme. I don't like that. That's too. And now we're talking, guys. We go over here something, right? Go up like 80K. It is skyrockets. Then you start to see a correction. It kind of comes down hard, right? And then it wicks down this day. It wicks, gets back up, and then we're off to the races, guys. So something like that, right? So this is the worst hammer ever, but this is a hammer right here. So that's what I would want to see, is price to break above 73. Excuse me. Break above 71 to 73. Come back down, kind of hold, and then say, there's some bullshit story, something, that drives the prices down. Intraday, on the daily, we wick, right? Hella volume. Loads of volume. Come back up, reclaim above 73 that day. Intraday, we dip, beautiful wick, beautiful hammer, and then we're off to the races, guys. And then at that point, in my opinion, we only have a few months of intense bull market where people are going to get euphoric and kind of lose their minds. That's going to be March through August, September, or something like that. Well, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We'll see what happens. I don't know about y'all, but I've been around since 2020. We didn't play it so well last time. Bag holding a lot of stuff. I would say a lot. We definitely we got out of some shit. I mean, we're up, but 2020 got played. I got played, and it's called market tuition. You got to pay the piper, man. You got to. 2020, we paid the piper. Don't want y'all to see that. Don't want no weird copyright shit on YouTube. So let's get rid of this rectangle for now because it's just so clear. I mean, it's just there. It's just continuation. It's just sideways, y'all, for 9 months. 68K, guys. What are we going to do? I kind of think, so this wick that went way up high and everyone's like, is it bullish, is it bearish? It doesn't matter because I think we might do the same thing this week because, y'all, it's going to be volatile. Because it's the election tomorrow. Who knows what the hell is going to happen? Because it happens a lot where you have these wicks that are like reciprocals of each other. I'm just trying to find an example. You just have one, then you have the other. They're kind of the polar opposite. It's kind of one here, where you have the long lower wick, and then the next day you have a long upper wick. It's kind of a good example. Oh, we're on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. We can find one on the daily sooner than that. That it just shows a pattern like that. It shows extreme this indecision, and it's kind of like much ado about nothing. The price dumps one day. It was a moth, and then the price pumps the next day. Intraday, both days are intra-session pumps. They kind of go back to the median. Of course, while I'm like trying to search one right now, I'm not gonna be able to find one. It is kind of one. Look, that day it went up, couldn't handle this. Day went down, couldn't hang. Look, it was the same. Like, you know, I mean, the price was the same. And even look even further back. Price here was what, 68K. Oh, look, what do you know, 68. Gets it so then, you know, my specific example is here on this day had a high of 67, but it closed at 65. It closed at 65. It opened at 65.9. It closed at 65.3. Next day, opened at 65.3, closed at 65.8. So you know what I'm saying? It had a big wick down. So it's like it's just in those 2 days, I guarantee you, CT, crypto Twitter was just losing their minds, and it was as much to do about nothing. Look at this, and you can't even tell where the this is a doji and a half. Oh my god, you can't even. If the price wasn't there right now, which the price is literally where that open and closes on this candle. Open and close 67.9, 67.9. Right now we're at 67.95. So the price right now, that price is pretty much, it's the size of that entire candle body on this day, July 27th. That's pretty wild. So it has a big green candle in between, but this is kind of what I'm talking about. Big wick down. Nice body here. Big wick up. Big wick up. It just happens, y'all. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it tells you that the market is indecisive right then, and people are going to be overreacting. So I don't know what it has to do about now. Oh, because on the weekly, this here. So I think that's a good enough example here, honestly. Look at that. Just big up and down. It doesn't have to be like, because you just know, what day is this? August 5th. Let's find it on the 4 hour. It's like August 5th here. Had some freaking swings. Like, we're talking dips and corrections. I'm on the 4 hour. I just want to check out August 5th. It's August 5th. It's August 8th. So that week, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just a lot of price action. 49K to 62K. Good Lord. So, I mean, I'm kind of getting ahead. I'm kind of going all over the place. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. I mean, guys, we're consolidating at the top of this range. That's really, you don't need any of the horizontals. You don't need any of the bells and whistles. You don't need any of the indicators. Horizontals are nice. They are. I don't know what we just had there. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of noise. You can just tell this is a high. This is a high. They call it a double top. Bear market. Because we more or less are consolidating. Look at that here, y'all. This is a monthly chart, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. More or less, all of our candle bodies, open and closes, for the most part, are above all the highs, all these bodies up here. Let's just kind of look at this real quick. This is interesting. I mean, just look at that. So I'm calling this. I want these bodies of this month. The month is a little too much. It's a little too big of a time frame. People don't really trade on the month. I mean, maybe they do. But I'm seeing wicks that get to it here perfectly. I mean, a little above it, almost there. Then a body that's perfect. A monthly close and a monthly open with a retracement. Come right back to it. Monthly close, monthly open here. We don't retrace. We pump up to the next level. And now we've come down. And guys, more or less, besides these little dips, this dip here, we've stayed above this double top. So y'all, we are consolidating above the previous cycle's high. So you got to zoom out. Y'all, it's the freaking election. No one needs to be selling their Bitcoin this week because they're scared because of the price action. It's going to be volatile. Just look at the last 9 months in this rectangle. I mean, sit back, relax. If it gets to 61, buy. If it goes to 65 or below, buy. You want it to go to 53. You buy it there. You want it to go to 50. You want it to go to 47, 45 on a big, just nasty day that wicks down. Just buy it up. That could happen. That could happen. I doubt we're going that low. Call me a clown. Call it a clown world I'm living in if you want. Let's check out Solana real quick just for fun. That's not Solana. That's still Bitcoin. Y'all, interesting. So I'm a guy who preaches. I don't really put much stock into diagonals. For some reason, I got weird. This is like some Tron shit. But 3 diagonal green lines here. Because for whatever reason, y'all, Solana is respecting these diagonals in a weird way. Because you can be like, is it really? Is it really? Kinda. I mean, resist, wicks up, body resist, body's up, can't handle it. This, breaks down after a week. Now we're resisting. You call that like an up thrust that just couldn't. It's a movement that couldn't sustain itself, right? It wasn't ready for it. It wasn't enough volume. A lot of volume here on this day. It's a lot of volume here on this day. That's a nice hammer. That tells me. It's a mosquito truck outside. That tells me bulls are in charge pretty much from 129 to 109. That's Solana. This horizontal is what's most important to me. So let's do this. Clean it all up. Let's do this. This is just stuff that I think is. These are just levels that I think are important, y'all. That's all this is. You can make fun of me for it. I don't use much of the waves, the Elliott waves, or the Lux algos, or the Fibonacci retracements. I like just looking at price. I like looking at volume. I like having the every once in a while looking at this volume profile here. Because you just see where a majority of shares have been bought and sold. So, if you're above a certain, this is a peak right here of volume at this price. 142 to 146 is a really good level. That's a really good level that's probably going to hold right now. But it might not. You never know. It might come down here. To me, this is also a level. Because there's no reason to get into that right now. This is, it's just, I like volume. Volume is also down here. I like horizontals. Every once in a while, when a chart is showing me that it's respecting and adhering to a zone, be it diagonal or horizontal, I kind of just want to mark it because you're going to see this. I don't know. We got to take it with a grain of salt, the diagonal, because it could just be a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is why I like to let's come back here. Horizontals all day, guys. What do you see here? So I know I just adjusted it. Don't kill me. More or less, these bottoms of these bodies here, that resistance. So these bottoms are on 184 to 180, 182. 184, 180 to 185. Broaden it a little bit. Make it a psychological level. That's fine. 180 to 185. 185, you know what I mean? It resisted hard here. Intercession on the weekly. This is weekly. It did resist hard. Resisted hard here, y'all. And then look, this wick, pretty much, what did it get to? 183. So, I mean, lower high, right? Highs here, lower high. Upper high, but not by much. And another lower high. I mean, not by much. Sideways. Sideways again. We gotta, you do have, I mean, guys, I see the pattern. I'm not like a fool. I can see what's happening. You know what I mean? So you have a triangle here. You have this bull pennant. You have this triangle, and it more or less is playing out within here. The thing about triangles, the price usually doesn't go the full length of the triangle before it breaks out. It usually breaks out beforehand, which y'all is, if you think it's breaking out in December, it's anytime now and here, which that's why we thought it was here, because it did break out. So I mean, it doesn't go the full, but usually, most of the time, triangles, the price pattern, how it plays out, it does not go the full triangle. It makes this shape where you draw the pattern, you see the triangle, it's adhering, it's respecting these levels, more or less, and it breaks out eventually. Either down, I keep going up because I want it to go up, but it's going to break down. Either it's going to break down or it's going to break out to the upside. So that's Solana. I only like talking about Bitcoin and Solana right now because it's the two charts that I know the most. I've been following them like religiously for 4 years. And I know what they kind of like to do. And this one, since then, it kind of likes to break out and mess with you and then come right back down, which is what Bitcoin had been doing with 68K. It'd like to get above 68K and mess with you. What's June? And come right back down. Like to get above it. July. Come right back down. Like to get above it. That's mid October. Come right back down. Likes to get above it in what? Late October, early November. Come right back down. So that's what this chart likes to do right now, guys. That's what it likes to do. I could take it further back. What is this first, like, when it had its first real big retracement, right? 68.4. 68.4 is the high. The next day, 68, 69.1. Couldn't handle it. Completely tanked. It closed at 63.7, y'all. It was at 69. The high during that one day. And it tanked. So this first, like, after when it pumped here, this first, before it like, this is all just pump without a correction. 68K was the freaking level. And now we're right back at it. It got overextended, came back down, couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle 73, it tried to get 71, could never reclaim above 71.5 or 72. Tried to get 73 just the other day, couldn't handle it. And not only could it not get 73, which was the first attempt, since it was there, right? That high's only 72.7. The first time it had been at 73. Oh, God, I just deleted that. I didn't mean to delete that. That's the first time it comes back at 73. It's going to resist. And I had said that in the previous video. So this is your previous high here. Your all-time high. Guys, it's going to resist. But what it did was come all the way back to 68. All the way below 68. All the way to 66.9. No. 66.8. All the way to 66.8. But now it's back to 67.9. So let's call it it's back to 68. Right now, currently, we're at 67.9. Let's call it 68. Let's just see what happens. I'm signing off. We might come back later. Either way, we'll see you tomorrow. This is Silvadala. This is the Crypto Assassin. This is the Crypto Sasquatch. This is the Alaskan Assassin. This is Crypto Dave. This is Dynamite Dante. Guys, this is the Inferno talking, okay? This is the Inferno signing off. Y'all have a great night. Peace, y'all.